You ignored her. Maybe it was on purpose, maybe it wasn't. But now there's a silence, that tense, strange stillness after you stop giving attention to someone who used to get it every day. The question is, what happens next? How do you act after ignoring her? That's where things get real. First off, you need to stay calm. Don't rush to message her back or post something obvious online. The biggest mistake people make after ignoring someone is panicking. They start wondering if she moved on, if she's angry, if she's talking to someone else. Stop. You did what you did for a reason. Maybe to take space, maybe to test her effort, maybe to focus on yourself. But now your job is to keep it together. You have to show that your silence has meaning. Here's what you don't do. You don't start liking all her posts suddenly or dropping indirect quotes just to get her attention. That kills the mystery. Instead, act like nothing happened. You're living your life. You've got goals, plans, and things going for you. Once she notices that your worlds didn't fall apart without her, that's when she starts thinking. She might start testing you. She could post something emotional or something obviously aimed at getting your reaction. Don't take the bait. Ignoring her isn't just about not texting, it's about emotional control. You're training yourself not to respond instantly, because honestly, that habit of reacting fast is what used to give her power. Now you're taking that back. But let's be real, ignoring someone isn't always about ego or games. Sometimes you do it because you're tired. You've given effort, attention, and understanding and got little in return. When that happens, your silence becomes your boundary. You're telling her, I'm not chasing anymore. And the way you handle yourself during this time says everything about your character. Go work out, hang out with friends, focus on your projects. When your energy shifts toward yourself, you stop needing her validation. That's when the silence becomes attractive. She'll feel the difference. People can sense when your attention isn't on them anymore, especially if they used to get it constantly. Now, let's talk about what happens when she finally reaches out. It might be a message asking something simple, "Hey," or "Why haven't you talked to me?" That's when you have a choice. You can respond calmly, short and mature, or keep your distance a little longer. Don't be cold or rude, just be composed. Say something simple like, "Been busy," or "Focusing on myself lately." This shows growth, discipline, maturity, and it reminds her that your world doesn't revolve around her. The point isn't revenge. The point is self-respect. You're not ignoring her to hurt her. You're doing it to remind yourself that you deserve peace. Sometimes silence shakes people more than words ever could. If you always explain yourself, apologize, or chase, they'll start taking that energy for granted. But when you stop giving it, they notice the emptiness. They feel the space you left behind. And during this phase, you might second guess yourself. You'll think, did I overdo it? Should I reach out? That's normal. But before you break your silence, ask yourself one thing. Has anything changed? Has she shown that she values you differently now? If the answer is no, then keep your distance until your energy feels right again. Don't fall back into a cycle of giving more than you receive. Think of it like this. Your attention is like currency. If you keep spending it where it's not appreciated, you end up broke emotionally. Ignoring her is like saving. You invest that energy back into yourself. You start feeling lighter, more confident, more grounded. That energy will eventually attract either her again or someone better suited for you. One of the strongest moves you can make after ignoring her is not waiting. Don't sit around expecting a text or looking at her stories. If she wanted to reach out, she would. So keep moving forward. Post your progress, but naturally, not like you're showing off, but like you're simply living. When people see genuine growth after they lose your attention, that hits harder than any message could. After a while, she'll realize that your silence wasn't anger, it was peace. She might start questioning how someone who used to care so much suddenly changed. That confusion makes her reflect on how she treated you or how she took that effort for granted. And whether you take her back or not, that lesson stays with her. If you do reconnect later, make sure it's different this time. Set standards, communicate clearly. Don't fall back into the same habits of being too available or too emotional. Show through your actions that you've grown. That's how you turn silence into power, not through punishment, but through transformation. You've got to understand something important. Emotional control is the real form of strength. Anyone can send messages or argue, but holding your peace when you're tempted to react, that's real discipline. And people notice that. It earns you respect, even from the same person you ignored. So after you ignore her, your next move isn't about what you say, it's about how you carry yourself. Live well, stay consistent, improve quietly. Let your results speak louder than any explanation ever could. Because the truth is, once you stop trying to prove your worth, the right people start seeing it on their own. In the end, ignoring her isn't the end of the story. It's a test for you to see how strong you are when nobody's validating you, and for her to see if she ever valued what you gave. If you stay grounded, calm, and focused, you'll win either way, whether she comes back or not. So next time you ignore someone, don't do it out of bitterness, do it out of self-respect. Let silence be your message, let discipline be your power, and let peace be your reward.